Okay, cool. So now we're going to take a look at the technique. And, when I say technique, I'm not really talking about, a skill that you can either be excellent at or fail at. I'm just talking about kind of a strategy, like an artistic position, right? So the technique for the outside-in assignment is one that it's really specific and it should be present in your painting. But having said that, it's also really simple and you can approach it any way that you wish, right? Let me just put it really simply. The technique is that we're going to include pre-made letters in your painting in some fashion, okay? Now language has a lot of, the most dense way of conveying meaning is through language, right? You've reduced out all the metaphor, you've taken away all the visualization from meaning and just make the most compact unit of meaning you can. So when you take words and put them back into a painting, it's sort of like you're expanding that meaning out again, right? And you're changing that meaning because the meaning of the words can conflict with the visual meaning that you're thinking about in the painting, right? Remember there's something like, you could write something, like you could write, this painting is blue. You could write something to make to emphasize what you're trying to do, or if it's a painting about how you feel sad, you could write the word sadness or melancholy on the painting. But there's something interesting about just putting the tension of two different systems of meaning together, right? So the visual system of conveying meaning that maybe is, something emotional, something secret that you can't really talk about easily outside a painting, and then putting that together with the logical system of letters is just a really cool conflict. Like putting those systems of meaning in conflict and seeing what comes out is really the spirit of this exercise. So you don't have to spell anything, it doesn't have to mean anything, but you do have to work with letters and preferably bring in, because this is outside in, so preferably bring in something from outside into the painting. So I have a couple examples here. This is just something I bought at the hardware store, right? It's a little sign. I think it cost me $1. I'm not sure what it's for, but I don't know. I think it's cool, and it'll add kind of, but it's less flexible, so it's less likely to break off. So another hardware store are the stencils, right? So I think this is going to be really cool to, and I'm not going to bother to make words. I'm just going to attach these to the painting with paint, right? So example of that. This is not going to be really extensive because you can use your own creativity, and just remember that simple, that you're making an outside-in painting, and the limitation is that you have to use letters in some way. The other thing you're looking for is, to bring in some kind of object from your painting. So when you're really working in that mode when you bring something other than painting into your painting, right? So stuff from the hardware store. I really like working, my paintings end up having a lot of color, but I like working in one color at a time. Acrylic has this heavy body, so if you want to use stencils, those golden heavy body acrylics will really, they'll sort of act like glue. All right, that looks cool. I'm really happy with it. Here's another example. So I was going running in a painting, but I didn't want to, take them from the sign person. But then I went running the next day and I saw that some of these were just on the ground in the garbage. So I picked those up too. I thought that this would all match together really well, and I liked that they were transparent. This is a little heavier, so just, for structure's sake, I'm putting it sort of towards the edge because I think it'll probably drop off. I might, too heavy for the paint, so I might go back with some glue. And then the final example that I have is, oh yeah, that's going to fall. So I'll redo that a little later. These large wooden letters that I got from the craft store. I'm not going to try to get this to stick to the canvas, but I'm going to just sort of attach it and use it as a template. And paint around it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, so that is your assignment. Is as you're working on this first assignment to find a way to. And hopefully take something, something you find on the street maybe, something from your daily life and include it on the canvas. Now, I don't, remember this is an art class that's not necessarily, a step-by-step process. Everyone's work is not going to look the same. It's creative. If you have a giant canvas, you do the outside-in assignment and there's letters on it in some form. The letters could spell words or not have any meaning. That would be the whole fulfillment of the assignment, right? There's nothing, what I'm trying to say is you don't have to know what you're doing, right? You can just rely on your subconscious to build the painting. The painting comes from you. It doesn't have to say anything. It doesn't have to be the title of the painting. It doesn't even have to have any meaning. Sometimes when you're painting, especially in this way, you just put paint down and then you have a reaction to it. Then you change it, and see where it takes you, right? I mean, already in this painting, I sort of attached to the coolness of it. I had that silver reflection, and then these colors are kind of giving me a reaction that I want to change. So that's enough as long as you change your canvas, you react to it, and then the painting takes you forward. I mean, representation is one kind of painting, but it's not the only kind, right? Instead, the practice is just creativity and finding this space within yourself. So that's it for the outside-in assignment. There's a bunch of artists to look at in this portfolio, and the technical thing that you have to do is attach some letters to the canvas or add text to the canvas somehow. All right, so happy painting, and Slack me if you have any questions. All right, bye.